All right, guys. Today we're going to look at how to understand character in a short story, and more specifically, how to understand character through the things that they do in a story. We're going to read the story Love Poems by Lon Otto. And as I read, I'm just going to go ahead and highlight anything that the main character in the story does. So let's begin. Love Poems. He has written her a St. Valentine's Day love poem. All right, already there he's doing something, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. It is very beautiful. It expresses, embodies a passionate, genuine emotion, emotion of a sort he hardly realized himself capable of, tenderness that is like the tenderness of a better man. At the same time, the imagery is hard, diamond clear, the form intricate yet unobtrusive. He says the poem out loud to himself over and over. Oh, there's something he does right there. Says the poem out loud over and over. He cannot believe it. It is so good. It is the best poem he has ever written. He will mail it to her tonight. She will open it as soon as it arrives, cleverly timed on St. Valentine's Day. Let's see. I think I'll do that. Even though he doesn't actually do it, he plans on doing that, so I'll highlight that. She will be floored. She will be blown away by its beauty and passion. She will put it away with his other letters, loving him for it, as she loves him for his other letters. She will not show it to anyone, for she is a private person, which is one of the qualities he loves in her. Oh, here he loves this quality in her, that she is a private person. I'll highlight those and draw just a little link between those two so I know they go together. After he has mailed the poem to her, written out in his interesting hand, he types up a copy for his own files. He decides to send a copy to one of the more prestigious literary magazines, one into which he has not yet been admitted. He hesitates about the dedication, which could lead to embarrassment, among other things, with his wife. In the end, he omits the dedication. In the end, he decides to give a copy also to his wife. He's doing a lot of things here in the end. In the end, he sends a copy to a woman he knows in England, a poet who really understands his work. He writes out a copy for her, dedicated to her initials. It will reach her a few days late. She will think of him, thinking of her a few days before St. Valentine's Day. All right, now that we've gone through that, now that I've gone through and highlighted everything that the main character does in this story, we can take a look at what we can learn from these actions. We'll make some observations. At the beginning, it says he has written her a St. Valentine's Day love poem. I think to myself, what kind of guy writes a love poem? And things come to mind, like a romantic guy, maybe. Um, a guy in love. Actually, personally, when I think of someone writing a poem, I kind of think of a wuss or a pansy, but that might be personal bias. Um, so I'll write that down here in my notes. Let's see. He says the poem out loud to himself over and over. Now, this action, when I think about it, I kind of think maybe he's a perfectionist. He's reading it over and over again. He's trying to get it just right. Um, but at the same time, I think, maybe he's a little too proud of himself. He's reading it over and over to himself. He thinks it's such a wonderful thing. So maybe he's kind of a proud, arrogant type character. Next thing, he will mail it to her tonight, right? This tells me that he's a man of action. Not only did he write the poem, he plans to do something with it. In the last line in that second paragraph, he loves in her that she is a private person. This kind of tells me that he is probably a private person as well. When I think about it, what kind of person would admire that characteristic in another person? Who would like private people other than private people themselves? All right, we look at this last paragraph. There's a lot of action in here, and these actions really tell us a lot about the character. So first he mails the poem to her, and then he types up a copy for his own files. Again, kind of tells me that he's a proud type person. He's really impressed with himself. And then he decides to send a copy to a literary magazine. Again, pointing to his pride, he's pretty sure of himself. He thinks that he can get this published in a prestigious magazine, not just any old magazine, but one of the good ones. Let's see. And then he hesitates about the dedication. This is really where we start to see the character. He's hesitating about this dedication. We see him sitting there thinking about it, and we wonder, why is he hesitating? He's proud, he's sure of himself, he's in love, and we actually don't really see why the hesitation is until the next couple of lines. Um, it says that it could lead to embarrassment with his wife. We, at this point, assume that he's not mailing the original copy to his wife. But he does say it will give a copy to his wife, and he also sends a copy to a woman he knows in England. Now we have an entirely different character altogether. Not only is he proud, possibly arrogant, um, and romantic, he also, well, he's got three women that he's mailing this poem to, and that tells us that, well, he's maybe not quite entirely honest. He's a bit of a player. All right, so in love poems, we can tell a lot about this character just through the actions, just through the things that he does. And in your writing, if you'll go through and watch the actions of your character, you'll see that you can learn a lot about the characters through the things that they do.